Hello from the World Data Forum. I'm here this afternoon with a distinguished panel to talk about data interoperability. Today we've just launched the Guide to Data Interoperability, and we've done that through the Collaborative for SDG Data Interoperability, which is co-convened by Luis Gonzalez from the UN Statistical Division and myself, Tom Orrel, from the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data. Turning to the panel, I'd like firstly to ask Mala from the World Bank how data interoperability manifests on a day-to-day basis in the work that she does and what steps the bank is taking to overcome some of the challenges that they face.
Thank you, Tom. Interoperability is an interesting topic because most of the times people associate that with a technology issue. But I think everybody who works with data, whether it's a data scientist, a statistician, or a data user, should become more familiar with this concept and try and integrate this in their data production process. And I think with the guide, it's fantastic now that it's sort of documented, and there's a resource that you can kind of point to when somebody asks what is it and what are the things that I need to work on, like what are the entry points when I start thinking about interoperability. At the bank, at the World Bank, we started working on interoperability when we started doing the Open Data Initiative, and we released a number of indicators publicly. One of the principles was to release data using machine-readable formats and creating programmatic interfaces. This allowed a proliferation of tools, for people to use data in the way they want, and we didn't have to sort of manually shape the data in different formats. They did it all by themselves. And the other trigger for us was that it challenged us to look at our own internal data management issues. Because you can't do interoperability just as a separate thing by itself. It has to be sort of part of the DNA of your data management strategy. So that kind of kickstarted a different project where we streamlined the data sharing and management within the World Bank, and as a result we just released the new data catalog, which releases data in many interoperable formats, which I think will be useful, and we're really eager to see how we can share our experiences through the guide and also learn from what you're documenting from other agencies, the feedback you're hearing from agencies.
Thank you very much. Moving on to Luis from the Statistical Division, what kind of work are you guys doing on interoperability?
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Well, interoperability touches every aspect of our work. But let me just give you an example. We are very much concerned in discussions about following up the Sustainable Development Goals on the lack of data, filling data gaps. But when we go to the countries, we find that the data is already there. It's just not interoperable. It's just not out of these silos. So interoperability is a crucial challenge for us because the data that has already been collected is not exploited to its full potential. And it's one of our duties to help countries, but also internally to make the necessary changes in our work processes so that standards and common vocabularies, common data models are implemented that would allow us to exploit the data that we already have.
Yeah.
So I would say that is one aspect of interoperability that we need to focus on.
Thank you very much. And moving to Radhika from the UN Development Programme, how does this manifest at your level, as at a programmatic level in country?
Let me give you two examples. I also chair the UN Data Group in Ghana, and we found that amongst the various agencies, they were often working on the same things with different ministries, and we had to try to join up things after the fact. So we're working on at least two projects which are helping to join up things afterwards, and that started a whole discussion around the importance of trying to get interoperability and doing this from the start, so that we're not basically trying to fix things after it's done, because it's much more expensive. You don't get the results you want, and it's a waste of resources in terms of development. So the other thing I think that was a trigger for us in terms of these discussions was the SDGs, and having an SDG data roadmap forum, which was held in Accra in April 2017. It just especially for me, it was actually geospatial data. The fact that we could start to visualize, where the poor are, not just looking at socioeconomic indicators, but having a visual picture of who's being left behind, and starting that kind of analysis led us to realize that it was extremely important that these data sets which were being produced, and not necessarily, nobody was thinking about bringing them together, at least at that time in our discussions. They were presented in the form of tables in publications. And the fact that we could have a completely different way of putting the data opened up these discussions.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, I'd like to turn to Josh. And from your perspective at Development Gateway and the work that you do on a technical level, how does interoperability manifest on a day-to-day basis for you? And what are some of the solutions that you're seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us, our work is really about trying to solve problems that matter in people's lives. And in a policy context and an SDG context, it's very rare that that problem is wholly owned by one agency or by one ministry. And so it really requires collaboration. It requires, at the first level, just conversations between human beings, and then formal agreements of collaboration. And just as the problems aren't solely held by one group, also the information that can help to shed light on solutions is also not held only by one group. And so trying to work together to broker agreements around common goals and kind of shared ideals to then bring different data sources together in one place is kind of the first step. And then the second step is once you have that in one place, maybe you have different definitions, different standards, different data formats being used. So then working through some of the technical implications, being able to pull those data together, analyze them together, and develop better policy or programmatic decision making, and try to make that into a sustainable model so it's not just a one-off analytical exercise, but it actually results in system-level change so that you have data that can be modeled and used together on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's really helpful, I think, to hear from all of you. Before we end, I do want to ask you all just one quick follow-up question, and I'd ask you all to just stick to one or two lines in your response. But we're here at a global gathering of, I think, about 2,000 people, 2,000 experts from around the world. What's the one thing you think that we can do together through the World Data Forum as a platform to help improve interoperability at that systemic level? And starting from the other end, Josh, would you like to go first?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I think taking something from the global community and really localizing it is very challenging. But I think really just kind of focusing this conversation and bringing the conversation to a subset of countries who are ready to really engage, and focusing around specific problems, not trying to solve interoperability in the abstract or interoperability at the global or national level, but to say within a sector, within a specific policy area, what are some ways that we can get started, and then to replicate those processes once you've had some successes.
Thank you. And Radhika?
I think what's exciting, in Ghana we have a very dynamic national statistical office, but I think what something like the World Data Forum offers us is the ability to see who's doing what. To solve problems of interoperability, you need a whole range of expertise. Data scientists, we need lawyers, as was pointed out to us the other day, on issues of privacy and security. We need a lot of different types of expertise to do what Josh was pointing out in terms of solving the problem. So interoperability, it's made simple in that guide, but it really requires a lot of different types of expertise. And I think here we see just the wealth of expertise and experience. So I think that's the power of the forum.
Thank you. And Luis, from your perspective?
So I would talk from the official statistics perspective. In referring to what Josh was mentioning, the top-down approach is not going to work to get standards implemented, to get interoperability off the ground. Standards emerge. Standards that are useful are the ones that people will start adopting. So this kind of platform allows us to see what is happening in the industry, in businesses, in academia, and in countries, and then try to identify the most promising implementations, the most promising technologies that would enable better interoperability, and also identify the most important challenges that we can focus on. So we need to listen to what is happening in all these communities, not from the top try to define in isolation what interoperability should be.
Thank you. And lastly, Mala?
So I think the guide is a great start, and I think we should keep the guide, keep updating the guide with the experiences from the other organizations to continually to sort of learn from how what are the challenges we face when implementing this actually practically on the ground. And also I think it's good for more people to talk, see how we can take this to the other forums. For example, you have the modernization agenda, you have the SDG agenda. Just talking about interoperability as a principle in all of these forums, I think will help more people understand and integrate this in whatever work they're doing. For example, if every country, if they're building a new system, if interoperability is adopted as one of the principles, then you're already building smart data systems that can talk to each other.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for that roundtable.